I'm informed the CS Water is present. Clerk, you may proceed to usher in the Honorable CS so that we can begin this session. CS, welcome back to plenary of the Senate. You are here to respond to question number 44 by the Senator for Kilifi County, the Honorable Retired Judge Stewart Mazayo. Senator Mazayo, you may proceed to ask the question.
Asante, Mstahiki Speaker. Mstahiki Speaker, swali langu ni kama lifuatavyo. Je, waziri wa maji, unaweza toa maelezo kuhusu utekelezaji wa mradi wa maji wa Sabaki katika kaunti ya Kilifi hadi Mombasa, ikiambatana na taarifa kuhusu mipango iliyopo ya ufadhili, kampuni husika katika utekelezaji, pamoja na ratiba ya kuanzishwa na kukamilishwa kwa mradi huo? Hilo ni swali la kwanza. La pili, Bwana Waziri, kama unaweza kueleza, mbali na mradi huo, na mikakati gani, una mikakati gani ambayo waziri yako, wizara yako imeweka ili kuhakikisha upatikanaji wa maji ya kutosha ya wakazi wa kaunti ya Kilifi, hasa ikizingatiwa kuwa hali ya ukame inarudi mara kwa mara na athari zingine na mabadiliko ya tabia nchi inazidi kuongezeka? Na swali la mwisho, Bwana Waziri, je, unaweza pia kueleza ni hatua gani wizara yako imechukua kwa ushirikiano na serikali ya kaunti ya Kilifi kukarabati miundombinu ya usambazaji wa maji iliyowezeka katika kaunti hiyo? Asante, Bwana Speaker.
Honorable CS, you may proceed to respond.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And Honorable Senators, good morning. And Honorable Stewart Mazayo, through the Speaker, swali lako lilikuwa kwa lugha ya Kiswahili. Ningeomba niweze kulijibu kwa lugha ya Kimombo kwa sababu some of these terms are very technical. And I'll go straight to the answers, Honorable Speaker. The first question was on the status of implementation of Sabaki Water Project, including the funding arrangements, the implementing entities, and the timelines on the same. Honorable Speaker, I will respond by saying that the Sabaki Water Carrier and Sanitation Project is being implemented through a public-private partnership framework, and the ministry has received a privately initiated proposal, PIP, for the project in October 2024. Now, this is from a consortium comprising of utility partners One LLP Limited, a local firm, and Climate Fund Managers based in Netherlands, and NAFSI Limited based in South Africa. The project is currently at the negotiation stage, with discussions ongoing towards the signing of a project agreement, and PPP projects. PPP projects are domiciled or spearheaded at the PPP Directorate, which is at National Treasury. The project is preliminarily designed to abstract.
Yes, Senator for Kilifi. I thought the CS responding to your question.
Yes, ndio. Bwana Spika, swali langu nililouliza ni kwa minajili ya watu wa Kilifi na Wakenya wote kusikia. Waziri ni Mkenya na nina hakika kwamba ako na wasaidizi kuanzia naibu wake kuendelea mpaka chini. Kuna maafisa wanaweza kumtafsiria hali ya maji ilivyoko katika Kilifi. Hili ni jambo muhimu sana kuona ya kwamba waziri anasema hawezi kuongea Kiswahili ama hana uwezo, sijui kama hajui Kiswahili, na hili ni jambo la kusikitisha. Nataka kujibiwa swala hili kwa lugha ambayo inaweza kuwa na ufasaha zaidi na watu wa Kilifi, ili waweze kuelewa shida yao ya maji, hususan inaanzia wapi, inatokea wapi, ili waweze kujua pia. Asante bwana waziri.
Senator for Kilifi, this is a house of rules and procedure, and our rules, both Swahili and English languages are permitted. The Honorable CS may elect to use either. He has in this particular case elected to use English, and that does not in any way make him out of order for electing to use English. You may proceed, Honorable CS.
Thank you, Speaker. The project is designed to abstract around 80,000 cubic meters of water. This is from Sabaki, and supposed to supply Kilifi and Mombasa counties, namely the towns of Watamu, Mtwapa, Nyali, Kisauni, that is in Mombasa. In addition, the project will incorporate wastewater treatment capacity of between 25,000 to 35,000 meter cubic per day. And because of the power challenge we have in the region, as well as construct a 7 to 10 megawatt solar power plant to support the operations of the new waterworks. Honorable Speaker, the project is projected to be a 20-year concession arrangement, and this is still under negotiation at the PPP Directorate, where the consortium will undertake investment, will do operations, and also do some last mile service delivery within agreed zones, in collaboration with, of course, the practitioners, that is the water service providers, that is namely Kilifi, Mariakani Water and Sewerage Company, Malindi Water and Sanitation Company, and Mombasa Water and Sanitation Companies. The project is estimated to cost preliminary around 27 billion, and this will be financed through a mix of debt and equity. The project is currently, as earlier explained, being negotiated at the PPP Directorate, and this is subject to resolution of the outstanding legal and commercial requirements. Following the signing of the project agreement, the financial close is expected in accordance with applicable public-private partnership frameworks, that is typically within 12 months. to ensure that water supply in Kilifi County, and particularly in response to recurrent drought conditions and the increasing impacts. These are the areas of Ganze, the areas of Rabai, the areas of Kaloleni, the areas of Magarini, and the ministry, through our agency down there, that is Coast Water Works Development Agency, has undertaken water harvesting, some water storage, groundwater development interventions, and water tracking. And some of the plants done in the region include Kwadiki, Lutsangani, Kitaka, Chabasi water plants in the Rabai constituency, that is in the financial year 2024-2025. Drilling of some boreholes to support the county government in Mandani Secondary School and Kaloleni Girls in the same financial year, and development of an additional boreholes to serve the Marafa town, all of which have been fully implemented. The interventions, Honorable Speaker, are aimed at increasing water availability, reducing resilience and seasonal sources, and of course improving supply reliability in the underserved and water scarce areas. The last question, and this is very key, the measures being undertaken in collaboration with County Government of Kilifi to rehabilitate aging water infrastructure. Honorable Speaker, the Ministry, in collaboration with the County Government of Kilifi, through a program called WSDP, continues to support the improvement and rehabilitation of water supply in Kilifi County. In Malindi Town specifically, as I've earlier indicated, through the World Bank, a project called Water and Sanitation Development Project, the Government of Kenya supports the ministry, has supported the Government of Kenya has supported the county government in implementation of approximately 80 kilometers of pipeline in Ngongoni, 21 kilometers in Watamu, and these works are currently about 98% complete. Speaker, Honorable Speaker, in Kilifi Town, under the same program, we are expanding, the ministry is expanding the water infrastructure covering Kilifi Town and Mtwapa areas, and these are approximately laying of more than 50 kilometers of distribution network, and this works at around 91% complete. Under the same program, the ministry is in the process of concluding the construction of waste to value fecal sludge treatment plants in Malindi, in Watamu, and a total of 22 ablution blocks in Malindi, Watamu, Kilifi North constituency. Honorable Speaker, in Watamu service area, under African Development Bank funded project called Kenya Towns Sustainable Water Supply and Sanitation Program, the Government of Kenya and the Government of Kenya funding, the ministry has undertaken expansion of around 32 kilometers of water pipeline networks within the region, and this is approximately 96% complete and expected to connect more than 300 new consumer connections. Honorable Speaker, all these efforts are being implemented through ongoing sector programs and investments aimed at upgrading distribution networks, improving system efficiency, and strengthening service delivery. In particular, Speaker, and as I conclude, the Sabaki Water Project and all the associated interventions highlighted here will significantly enhance existing infrastructure through the expansion of the networks, improvement of the distribution networks, particularly in targeted service areas and any other needy areas, thereby addressing the challenges associated with aging infrastructure and increasing demand. As I conclude, Speaker, I would like to bring to the House attention that the coast region water supply is an intricate system. Due to lack of many rivers, the source, the Baricho well fields, that brings water from Baricho all the way to Malindi, then the Sabaki existing Kuria that comes to Mtwapa, Kilifi, then Mtwapa, and then terminates at Gutatu in Mombasa, North Mainland, is in a way connected to the water supply in Mombasa and the water supply in Kwale and also the regions of Watamu. Honorable Speaker, when the dams that we are building, including Moache, comes in, The water this is to assure the Honorable Senator, the water that comes from Kilifi and goes to Mombasa will not terminate in Kilifi County. And this will increase the water supply. Secondly, we have a challenge of tariff and power supply, especially as of the last few months. The cost of power to the 3 water service providers in the region, that is Malindi, Kilifi Water, and Mombasa, from the pumping cost at Baricho, because these are well filled, has been to a tune of around 60 to 70 million. We have just completed a 4.3 solar megawatts at Baricho. The power component has reduced by around 14 to 15 million every month. So the people of Kilifi are getting a reprieve. Thank you, Speaker. I submit.
Senator for Kilifi, do you have any supplementary questions?
Yes.
You may proceed.
Bwana Waziri, kunayo ripoti ya kwamba mara kwa mara unapata kuona ya kwamba bili ya maji na inakuwa inapanda juu ama inakuwa vigumu sana kwa county kuweza kuilipa kwa sababu kumekuwa na upotovu wa mambo ya stima. Je, katika hii taratibu zako za kazi unaweza kuangalia kuona ya kwamba bili zingine kama hizi zinaweza kufutiliwa mbali ili county iweze kuendelea kusambaza ama iendelee kuwa na uwezo wa kuweza kupatia watu maji? Kwa sababu gani nasema namna hii, Bwana Waziri? Ni kwa sababu saa nyingine unapata ya kwamba maji yanakatwa na yanamaliza muda fulani, na ilhali watu wanaoishi katika yale masehemu wanategemea maji zaidi, halafu maji yanakuwa na shida sana katika hayo maeneo kwa sababu ya ukame. Ni hatua ambayo unaweza kuchukua wewe kama waziri, ama nikuulize, je, unaweza kuchukua hiyo hatua ya kuona ya kwamba bili zingine kama hizi za kulipa maji kwa sababu ya stima, na hususan sasa mimi nasikia naona kwamba katika majibu yako umesema vizuri kwamba kuna sola ambazo zinawekwa kuweza kusaidia pia kupunguza hiyo bili, lakini kwa hivi sasa ile bili ni kubwa sana ambayo inafanya kwamba kaunti ya Kilifi inakuwa na uzito sana kuweza kulipa hii bili. Kwa hiyo sijui kama katika wizara yako unaweza kuangalia namna gani kuona ya kwamba bili za maji kama hii inaweza kufutiliwa mbali ili kuweza kuwapatia nafasi Kilifi County iweze kuendelea kusambaza haya maji. Asante Bwana Speaker.
Honorable CS, you may respond.
Through the Speaker, Honorable Mazayo and Senators, the question you've asked is very, very, very prominent in the region. Myself, I am part of the team that has actually looked at the water systems in the coast region. And one of the challenges that rocks the coast region fervently is the pumping cost of water. Most of the water in Kilifi County originates from Sabaki well fields, where we have around 15 boreholes. These are pumped and taken to a collection point, and that water is pumped all the way to Gutatu, and it is also pumped all the way to Malindi through the Kakuyuni pipeline. And the Sabaki pipeline is the one that actually comes to Mombasa. The cost of power is between 60 to 70 million every month. That was before around 4 or 5 months ago. But now, when we sat down with the leadership of the region, one of the issues we discussed was how to minimize this power. So you have adopted a hybrid system where we are using solar So we have installed actually 4.3 megawatts of power as we speak today in Baricho at the Sabaki point, at the intake point. The requirement to offset the entire bill would be to do an additional around 6 megawatts of solar. That would actually now transition the pumping system from a hybrid system to now a purely solar-powered system. The measures of doing 4.3, commissioning the 4.3 megawatts power, has reduced that bill per month by around 15 million in the region. So where you are paying 60, we are now at the range of 44, 45 because of the fluctuations that we expect. The cost of the tariff that the people of Kilifi, the people of Mombasa and the water service providers pay is based on 4 things: operations, maintenance, investment, that is expansion to greenfield areas because the areas are mushrooming, and then the payments of debt. And this bill now is the one that can be affected in future because the counties are allowed to do tariff reviews based on the prevailing conditions. Once we solarize everything, Honorable Senator, we will be okay to actually minimize that bill. Right now, the target is to give these people water, and this money we pay to Kenya Power. So when we cut that bill, that cost of pumping, as it can be proposed as proposed in this Sabaki, then we are okay, the bills can be revised accordingly. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I submit.
Senator Kavindu.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question to the CS is about Masinga Dam. In Masinga Dam, there's a spillway that is being constructed by the Kenyan, and it will take the land of my people about 600 meters, and they've not done any public participation. They don't know when they'll be compensated. So, Bwana CS, I wanted to know if you are aware of that and what you are going to do about it, because it will not be fair for the Kenyan people to raise that 1.5 spiralway meter wall, and the water will spill to the people. 2, I wanted to know what Senator you are going to do. Senator, it is the same question with just A and B.
No.
Mr.
You can only have it at A and leave it there.
Because it's very important what I want to ask, Mr. Speaker. My people have been in that area, dam site area, without water, clean water that they can use and their animals can use for so many years. And electricity. They are in darkness, and they supply Nairobi and many parts of Kenya with electricity, and they don't have electricity themselves. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Mwenda Gataya. The Honorable CS is in charge of water, not energy.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika. Mheshimiwa Spika, ningependa kuuliza waziri wa maji. Yeye anajua na anafahamu kwamba kuna mradi ambao umekuwa na sisi. Bahati mzuri kwamba waziri ni jirani wa jimbo la Tharaka Nithi. Kuna mradi ambao ulikuwa unakusudiwa kusambaza maji sehemu za Marimanti, sehemu za Marawa. Na waziri anajua vizuri sana hizo ni sehemu ambazo ni kame zaidi na zimekumbwa na matatizo makubwa sana ya maji. Waziri, unafahamu vizuri sana tumetembelea huo mradi unaitwa Kimiki Kibunga, mradi wa maji. Tumepiga safari pale na Mheshimiwa Rais. Wewe mwenyewe umetembea.
What is your question, Senator?
Najenga taarifa Mheshimiwa.
Maliza kujenga, uliza swali.
Najenga Mheshimiwa Spika, tungependa kujua kama kwamba kuna pesa zozote zile ambazo, kwa sababu wakaaji wa hizo heri ambazo zilikuwa zinakusudiwa kupata maji bado wanahangaika. Na hiyo ni baada ya miaka kama 3 tangu huo mradi uanzishwe, hata nafikiri ni zaidi ya miaka 5. Sijui kama kuna taarifa yote ungetoa kuhakikishia watu wa Tharaka Nithi, sana sana wale ambao wanatazamiwa kufaidika na huo mradi wa maji, kama kuna mikakati yote wizara yako imefanya kuhakikisha kwamba watu wa Kibunga, watu wa Marimanti, watu wa Marawa wamepata maji ya kulima na ya kutumia nyumbani. Asante sana Mheshimiwa Speaker.
Senator Manzo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the CS is aware that the river is the one which becomes Sabaki River downstream, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, I live somewhere near Athi in Makueni, where the CS has been constructing Thwake Dam. Some years passed by and Athi has no water at all, meaning Sabaki and Kilifi suffer as well. The main purpose of Thwake Dam was to ensure steady flow of water throughout the year, even to Sabaki and Kilifi. So, Mr. Speaker, I have only heard rumors. I would like the minister to confirm what is the status of Thwake Dam now that nothing has happened for the last 4 years. And it's not in the current budget, it's not in the committee of supply. When are we going to get funds to complete Thwake Dam so that the people in Kilifi can also have steady flow of water? I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Mungatana.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this is a 27 billion project that is being carried under the PPP framework. The minister knows that under Schedule 4, which lists out the distribution of the duties between the national government and the county governments, that if you refer to rule number 11, you will see, and Minister, I want to read for you, that county public works and services, including stormwater management systems in built-up areas, and B, water and sanitation services. These are duties for county governments. And we as senators, our business is to protect county governments. So I wanted Minister to tell us, this project, you say, is going to affect the county government of Kilifi, the county government of Mombasa. In this negotiation, in this contracting framework, have you involved these two counties? Have you involved the county assemblies? Have those matters been taken before those two assemblies? Because this is where the problem is. You do functions that are not yours. You are not giving money to the counties to do those functions. And then the people are not aware what is happening. Can I hear from you, Mr. Waziri, whether the counties have been involved as they should? I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Eddie Okech.
Mr. Speaker, the question that was asked by the Senator of Kilifi is a very important question, especially because the WSPs in Kilifi County, Mr. Speaker, face a lot of challenges with regards to the bills that they get from the waterworks in that area. And Mr. Speaker, this is akin to what is happening in Migori County, because Migori County, we have got Miwasco as the cornerstone water service provider in Migori County. But Mr. Speaker, this being the only water service provider in Migori County with the capacity to be able to supply water across the entire county, I need to ask the minister or the CS, what is actually your plan to be able to expand the access to clean water to other areas in Migori County where the WSP Miwasco can only supply Migori town? Migori County has got a population of over 1.2 million people, and this only supplies about 10,000 households only that get built here. Places like Nyatike would need proper ministerial intervention in terms of having sunk boreholes by the ministry that can do something beyond the county. So what is your plan in this financial year to ensure that Nyatike, Kuria East, Kuria West, the drier areas where WSP like Miwasco cannot be able to get to, are going to have clean water in this next financial year? I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Mundigi.
Asante Bwana Spika kwa kunipa nafasi niweze kupata nafasi ya kuuliza swali. Bwana Waziri, katika Embu County, Mbeere South, Mbeere North imekuwa ni area ya ukame. Sasa ni miaka 3 kwa hizo sub county mbili, miradi 2 ikiwa imeanza. Mbeere South kutoka Kiritire, kutoka Kamburu kwenda Kiritire ni miaka 3. Kutoka Mbeere North Kanywambora Water Project ni miaka 2. Tunataka kujua kazi itaisha lini, kwa sababu contractor walikuja wakaanza na wakatoroka, na pia kila mradi iko na pesa ngapi? Asante Bwana Speaker.
Senator Wambua.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, you know, people are becoming clever. I'll try to be, but don't stop me, Mr. Speaker, I plead. I've heard Senator Kavindu saying that she has question A and B, and I've heard Senator from Rakanidi saying that he's building something. Now, Mr. Speaker, mine is just one question. But even as I ask that question, I'm not very sure, Mr. Speaker, the issue that the Senator for Kilifi raised was really addressed. The issue of the inability of the county government of Kilifi to service the bill for that project, the bill that has been slapped to the county government. If the minister can look into that, I think that would be a better way of doing it. But while at it, Mr. Speaker, in Kitui County, every time you mention Kitui and water in the same sentence, a resident of Kitui, even if they are dead asleep, they will wake up. The CS has mentioned that the people of Kitui will benefit from the Sabaki project. But even as we wait to benefit from that project, we have our own projects. The President himself, on record and in public, promised the completion of Umar Dam in Kitui, which was messed up by your predecessor, the Minister for Water then, Charity Ngilu. And the President promised that they put money to it, and by February this year, the people of Kitui will be drawing water from the Umar Dam. How far are we with that project? I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Wakole.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I would like to ask the distinguished CS the following question. The Koika project, water project that originates at the top of Mount Elgon, what are you doing to involve or to ensure that the service lines passing through Mukuyuni, pass through Mukuyuni and Teremi wards of Kabuchai constituency, as well as the areas of Kapkerwa, Kabuku, Kubra, Masaek, and Kaptunguru areas of Mount Elgon, cascading down to Kandui constituency at large? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Senator Muma.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and welcome, CS. My question is how the ministry is implementing Article 6 on that collaboration and cooperation with county governments for better delivery of services. For instance, Nairobi County has over 60% of the population in Nairobi County live in the informal settlements. The informal settlements are not getting any services. I mean, they're getting very minimal services. I would want to know, since water is a basic service, what arrangement do you have with Nairobi County to ensure that residents of informal settlements in Nairobi access water on an equal basis as residents in the other estates? Thank you.
Senator Shakila Abdalla.
Asante Mheshimiwa Speaker. Mheshimiwa, swali langu kwa waziri ni ile maji ambayo yanafurika kwa mabawa wakati huu wa mvua yakija yakikata barabara ya Gamba na Tana River. Barabara hiyo kila mwaka inakatika na inaleta hasara kubwa kwa serikali kurekebisha ama kufanya ukarabati wa hiyo barabara kuhusiana na hayo maji. Wizara ya Maji ina mpango gani ya kudhibiti na kumaliza hiyo shida, yale mabawa yanayofurika, ili kuyadhibiti yale maji yafai wakati wa kiangazi, hususan kwa wakulima na wafugaji ambao wanapata shida sana wakati wa kiangazi? Asante Mheshimiwa Spika.
Senator Cheranke.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Sir, mine is a follow-up question. It is similar in Nandi, in Kapsabet town. Mr. Speaker, there is unreliable supply of water, and the main way of supplying water in Kapsabet is there is use of electricity and generator. My concern, as what your senator has raised, is what is the Ministry of Water doing to ensure water being supplied to Kapsabet, because it experienced breakdown, it uses generator and electricity. What is the Ministry of Water doing to ensure that there is stability in terms of supply and water, and maybe to ensure that Keben Dam is completed in time to ensure stable and reliable water in Nandi and especially in Kapsabet town? I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Mazayo, what's your intervention? Senator Mazayo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Nilikuwa nataka kumalizia kumuuliza waziri wa maji lile swala ambalo nilikuwa nimeuliza la muhimu zaidi, ni kama kuna uwezekano wewe kama waziri, ambao ninajua uwezekano huo uko, unaweza kuchukua hatua gani ili kuona ya kwamba bili ile ambayo imekumba serikali ya Kilifi County inaweza kuondolewa ama kutengwa kando ama kukatwa kidogo kwa hali ya kuwasaidia serikali ili kuweza kulipa bili yao bila uzito wowote. Kama unaweza kuchukua hatua kama hiyo, nafikiria ingekuwa bora zaidi, Bwana Waziri. Asante.
Honorable CS, you have 5 minutes to respond to those questions.
Thank you, Speaker, and thank you, Honorable Senators, for your questions. There was a question on Masinga Dam and KenGen and Power. Honorable Senator Kavindu, that is domiciled in the Ministry of Energy, please. The dam is also in the Ministry of Energy. It's an energy producing. The purpose of that dam was to produce hydroelectric power, built in the 1970s. There was a question by Honorable Senator Mwenda Taya Drakanidhi about the Kibunga Kakimiki. The good thing is I've also been on this project myself. I've worked there, and this is to assure the Senator that there is some resources provided in the year 2026-2027 to continue implementing the project. The question by Honorable Mugatana on the fact that water is a devolved function. Honorable Mugatana, water being a devolved function, the responsibility, the mandate to provide the service to the people at the consumer point is domiciled at the county government. The ministry, through the water works development agencies, have a responsibility to build the inter-county bulk water supply and develop sources. And the project, the Sabaki PPP project, water supply and sanitation project, is on the development stage. So public participation is part and parcel of that process. So far, we have engaged the water service providers to inform them that this is on the pipeline as is required for us. And the counties, the amount that was mentioned is an estimate, engineer's estimate. When the PPP directorate does its work, the project gets to project development, and the proponent now given a go-ahead, we will have a finalized detail. But public participation and engagement of county governments will be key, because these are the partakers of this particular resource when the time is done. Senator Okech, I was in Migori and even met the leadership in Migori, because now we are doing projects like Kehancha under the National Urban. We have ongoing programs in Kegonga. Phase 1 is complete. We are now doing phase 2. We have projects in Awendo, and all these efforts are geared towards expanding the water supply scenario in Migori County. Senator Mudigi, your question was on water supply in Mbere North and Mbere South. You are well aware that we have 2 projects designed in that region. We have the Kamburu Water Supply Project and the Masinga Water Supply Project. Kamburu, as we speak, works ongoing. The contractor is on ground. We had pending certificates, but we are sourcing for resources in the next financial budget to offset that, to ensure that this project is completed. Senator Wambua, the discussion on the expansion of mentioning Kitui and water in the same statement.
Senator Mundigi, you're out of order. Please. Proceed, Honorable CS.
Kitui, this is a long-standing issue, and one of the issues we are trying to solve is the Uma Dam. Uma Dam is the heartbeat of Kitui from where I stand, and this was started in the year 2012, and this project actually stalled. But in 2023, Honorable Speaker, we have resumed doing this dam, and if you check the finances for the last 2 years, resources have been allocated to this dam. So this, even if you check the 2026-2027, there are resources allocated to this dam. The ministry and the government is committed to ensure that these historical dams that have stored for far too long are completed, because we are very keen on water storage. Senator Wakoli, we talked about the Koika water project. This one is on design stage, phase 3. So the areas you have actually mentioned can be captured during a final detailed design. Senator Muuga, you have talked about the collaboration between the county government of Nairobi and the national government. The national government has just completed the Northern Collector Tunnel. This is bringing 140 million liters on an optimal day to Nairobi County. And the counties of Kiambu, it is going as far as Machakos to Kinania, the Leather Turning Point, and the EPZ. In the informal settlement, the pipelines we are doing in the eastern side from Kabete to the western side, from Kabete, Karen, going all the way to Langata. We have a contractor about to commence that program, and it will benefit some of the informal settlements in that region. We have done the eastern pipeline all the way to Embakasi, and we are working with the French to actually increase water supply to these informal settlements. However, Honorable Speaker, I have to note that the last mile component is a support from the national government, because the last mile systems, the feeder lines that go to the consumer, is domiciled as a responsibility under the county government. There is a concern on the spillage of our dams, because it was asked in Swahili. Mimi najua mabomba ni dams, from what, mabwawa ni dams, bomba ni tanks. And this spillage happens for the safety of the people. First of all, when the dam is overtopped, that becomes a hazard to the people downstream. So dams have a spillway to ensure that when maximum storage capacity of the dam is achieved, water has a safe outlet downstream to prevent damage and loss of lives downstream. Now, the challenge is this spillage is causing destruction on the roads. And that is something we can look at and work with the Ministry of Transport to see how we can have properly done drains that are well concreted, so that water does not cause erosion of the roads and spill over on the tarmac pathways. Senator Cheregei, Nandi is the first county where I started my inspection, and I went to launch a treatment plant. That was my first assignment on this job, and we are doing a last mile component in Nandi, and unfortunately Nandi also has its own unique challenges. It is a hilly place, so the flow of water to highland settlements by gravity is a challenge. So most of your systems are on pumping schemes. Secondly, your Nandi is also a unique place because the amount of solar received in that region is not that much. So we are contemplating hybrid systems whereby you have partly solar and partly KPLC. Secondly, the Keben Dam designs have been done, completed. We're in the process of sourcing for resources. And you know now we are talking about even NIF, the National Infrastructure Fund, to develop these big dams. And that is also among and part of that list. The question by Senator Matayo, and I take that to heart myself, having practiced in Kilifi. I know the pinch of that power bill. But now we have to ask ourselves, if we do not pay KPLC, we do not have water. The solution is to do power, solar systems in Baricho. Solar systems, we are not talking about it as government. We have actually put a 4.3 megawatts solar plant in Baricho. But we need to do an additional 6. And that has considerably, ask the people on ground, the cost that Kilifi was paying, Mombasa was paying, Malindi was paying, has actually gone down because we are saving 15 million.
Honorable CS, I think the question by the Senator for Kilifi was, are you in a position to consider waiving the old bill as you come up with these solutions that you are now enumerating? Are you in a position to waive the old bill so that Kilifi and Mombasa counties can start on a clean slate going forward? I think that was the question.
Honorable Speaker, thank you for that clarification. To waive a bill of that magnitude, I would require cabinet approval. So if they write, we can try to. But the old bills are to a tune of billions, that I know. I checked a while back, it's very high. The old bill. And we also have discussions with the Governor Mombasa, Governor Kilifi, and sometimes Governor Kwale to continually engage on this process to ensure that we streamline. Because the purpose of service is ensuring that those people in Ganze, Rabai, wako na maji. That is the purpose of service. Thank you, Speaker. I submit, sir.
Thank you, Honorable CS. You may now take leave. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Speaker. Thank you, Senators. Good day.
Now, Honorable Senators, we will move to hear responses from the